What up, Dokkanners? It is time to test out the new LR God VEGETA Ultra Super Villain Power of the Sea Urchin Red Kryptonite Absorbed. Let's check out what this Xenoverse crossover baby can do. Max, no, not max. 55% level 1 links. I have a couple of level 2s because I was farming out the free-to-play Jiren, so forgive me. But let's go ahead and break down what this guy can do. Also, we are going to be kind of showing off the new characters, the other characters, but this is going to be mainly focusing on the VEGETA because I'm going to be running him on this team and also another team. So I will do a separate video with these 3 characters, Rainbowed and Max Links, so we can see what they're like to see sort of the scope of crossover currently. So let's switch over here to check out the units info in a much nicer way. Crossover, Vegeta's family, key +3, stats 200, 170, extra stats +50 to those who are also time travelers, realm of gold. And then for the super attack, greatly raised attack for 1 turn with a high chance of further greatly raising attack for 1 turn, causes colossal. For the 18 key, massively raised attack and defense for 1 turn, causes mega colossal damage to the enemy. For the passive, activates entrance animation when there's another crossover or realm of gods category ally on the team upon the character's entry. Chance to crit and damage reduction 30% one-time activation, but it lasts for 3 turns. 1-time perma boost, defense 300%. Key +5 to 10 randomly. Attack and defense +350, damage reduction 30%, launches an additional super attack. When all allies attacking in the same turn are crossover category characters, damage reduction +30% before attacking. When attacking with 18 or more key, attack and defense +200%, attack +100%, and disables enemy guard with 1 or more STR key spheres obtained. After receiving an attack, launches an additional super. After the enemy launches a super attack at the character, launches an additional super. Then we transform by awakening, can be activated when there's another crossover or realm of gods category ally attacking in the same turn, or a crossover or realm of gods category enemy starting from the 4th turn from the start of battle, or straight up from turn 6. When you awaken, you remove all allies' negative effects, attack and defense +50% for 1 turn. And then we become just a purified God VEGETA. And then this dude, massively raised attack for 1 turn causes colossal, massively raised attack and defense for 1 turn causes mega colossal. And then for the passive, key +10, there's no RNG anymore. Attack and defense +350, damage reduction 30%, launches an additional super attack, randomly changes key spheres of a certain type, STR excluded into rainbow. When there's another crossover or realm of gods category ally attacking in the same turn, damage reduction 30% before attacking, launches an additional super attack, defense +300% perma boost. When attacking with 18 or more key, attack and defense +250, attack +100%, disables enemy guard with 1 or more STR or rainbow key spheres obtained. Oh, one or the other. Oh, nice. After receiving an attack, launches an additional super attack, chance to crit +30%. For 6 turns from the character's entry, chance to crit and damage reduction +30%, nullifies negative effects when there's another crossover category ally attacking in the same turn. Starting from turn 7 from the character's entry, defense +150 when attacking. So in summation, this unit is a major tank that wants to get hit. He wants to make contact with the enemy so that he can smack back really, really hard. He will be launching super after super after super after super. But this only can happen optimally when you are surrounded by crossover characters. Therein lies the first issue. Crossover sucks. The current state of crossover, even with the new characters on the banner, is that it sucks. There could be some easy A's coming up a week after this video gets posted, but in general, crossover is pretty lousy. So you may not want to be running a full crossover team. So in terms of hit potential and what you're trying to do, it really depends on what team you're going to be running this unit on primarily. If you are going to be focusing on running this unit on its optimal battleground with full crossover and Realm of Gods, then you might want to focus on some more defensive maneuvering, because this unit has to not only lead your rotations, but also lead in terms of damage. If you have him on the main rotation in slot 1, which he's supposed to be, but there's a seal or a stun, when you don't have the nullifying negative effects ability active, that can be traumatic for a crossover team. So this guy could be liable. So you might want to focus on some dodge. Also, you might not have enough health to go around, where some extra dodge just might be nice to not get you killed with your poor HP, loadout. So there is one, you could build him full dodge is what I'm trying to say. You could go full dodge to give this unit more consistency in the slot 1, or so if you go full dodge, I would say full dodge and then the rest additional. Or I totally want to do this myself. You could go max crit and then all additional and just say forget it. Just forget it. Screw it. Just go all out offense, all out damage. Forget about any consequence. You're somewhat invincible with your 90% damage reduction early. You then have negative effect protection when you transform. So why not just have fun with it? So there are two builds that I'm sure people are going to be debating between. So just keep that in mind. That being said, over the course of the video, I could change my mind. But I think ultimately I am going to go with a max dodge build for the time being. So that is how this guy works. And I'm not going to go into too much detail about the others because there's just a lot to unpack here. So I'll just say this unit is a stacker and support you want to have in slot 2 or 3. Oh, and then this dude is a, dang it. This dude is a support and a temporary stacker who can dodge and tank and do some crits in slot 2 or 3. And then this dude is the free-to-play Jiren. He also has some tanking abilities and he can do some nice damage in the slot 2 or 3. You don't really want to have him in the slot 1. So we're going to mainly focus on the Vegeta, both in and out of crossover. And then we'll focus on these guys in a follow-up video. And then I'm also bringing in Xeno Pan because Pan can provide some team critical, which will give us more offensive output. So that is my explanation. I've yapped long enough. It's been, wow, 6 minutes. Let's jump in. Let's start with Divine Wrath, Mortal Will, and let's see what we can do. All right, much better. Also, I got Universal Blue here. Not many people are going to have this unit. This guy underneath the God Vegeta. He is from Heroes 2024. At the moment, that unit has not returned. So if you don't have him, you don't have him. Crossover sucks. What can I say? No. Ah! I will never not get over the fact that Global does not have a dub for that. I know why. I just hate it. Also, we lost the... Man. Oh, by the way, dude, look at that battle motion. Not this one. Look at this. Oh. It's almost like he's shooting out at the Shadow Realm. Almost like at the beginning when the Shadow Realm is about to... Never mind. Okay, so we're going to put this guy in slot 1. We're going to stress test, right? We want to see what he can do. We've got maximum conditions. So we've got 90% damage reduction. Not that this fight is that challenging, but we'll see. So let's go ahead and do... I don't really... Do I want him to pick up the STR piece? I do. All right, let's do this. Yeah, let's do this. All right, so Blue Goku, the great thing about this guy is that he needs to pick up 7 key spheres. It doesn't have to necessarily be STR. So do we pick up 7 key spheres? We do. So he is now going to get Permaguard, which is nice. That'll be a nice thing to have alongside the Vegeta. So let's do that. I'm going to bench the Xeno Trunks for right now. All right. What do we got going on here? 39 million attack stat. 13 million damage, no crit. 27.1 million attack stat on the follow-up. 9.5 million damage, no crit. 31.2 million attack stat on the third super. 10.9 million damage, no crit. So that right there is why I would personally want to have some crit there, because initially that damage is kind of weird. But remember, his main function on this rotation with his abilities is to defend. So if you've got other units, depending on your team composition, that can do nice damage, you don't have to worry so much about him being the guy to do all the crit damage. Plus, you are going to be getting 60% crit when you transform. And like I said, I'll do a more in-depth breakdown of these guys in a follow-up video. For now, we're just going to let them be as they are. All right. We are fighting Realm of God's enemies. We're going to kind of chill on this rotation for a little while. Yeah, my links. I did get a couple of links, sadly. Xenoverse is a great link because it's kind of like a miniature big bad boss. We get some attack, we get some defense. Not on the same level because it can go up to 20 and 10, but still. Actually, it's more like a Saiyan Roar. Saiyan Roar is 25 and 10. All right, so for Vegeta, can we pick up... we don't get an Ultra Super if we pick this up. And since we're not getting hit before attacking, this is going to affect our combo power. So I think I'd rather just go for the Ultra Super. So I'm just going to do this. And I'm going to go after... you know what? Let's not slow play this one. Let's just go after Rosé. Let's not be weird. Jiren, Jiren doesn't have to do anything fancy, right? He's got his max stats already. Yeah, so let's just do that. And then I got Xeno Pan. And we'll just do this. Pan gives us 30% extra crit on this rotation. So 24.2 million attack stat. 15.2 million damage with a crit. 18.3 on the follow-up. 3 million damage, no crit. That was lame. Wow, 26.3 for this guy. Is that 9 million damage on the free-to-play? Hello. All right, free-to-play. Dang! What? That crit came from the Xeno Pan support. Oh my god, you're mogging Vegeta in his own video. Whoa. Whoa. What? Everybody just did a crit except for Vegeta's. No, actually, no, Vegeta did a crit too. Nice dodge, idiot. Appreciate it. Good job, moron. All right, let's try that again. So let's do this. That was a 78.1% dodge chance that we just failed, by the way. Love to see it. Goku now has his guard, so he Q, and then we got Jiren. All right. $36.1 million attack stat. 10 million, 10.9 million. 25.4 on the follow-up. 7.7. 27.3 on the follow-up. 8.2. And that's it. We did not get hit by a super attack, which that would have given us one more. So without Pan Xeno on the rotation, Xeno Pan. I don't know why I keep saying Pan Xeno. Xeno Pan. Without Xeno Pan on the rotation or even Int Xeno Trunks, you're looking at pretty low consistency on the crits, which does create a very unsatisfactory sort of feel when you're using the unit, you know? So if you can stomach that on the crossover team, then I wouldn't worry so much about putting crit. Just go for more defense and additional. Ooh, Jiren? All right. Kind of a preview to his showcase later. 36, what a random number. 36,000 damage, okay. Oh, we're gonna get hit with a super attack. All right, nice. Wait, how are we oh. Toa and Mira gives us scouting for 4 turns. Oh, very nice. In slot 2, we get an additional combo. Nice, okay. So let's do this. I don't think we're going to see any Toa Mira stacking on this turn, sadly, because I'm pretty sure Vegeta's going to vaporize him. And in the slot 3, Trunks gives us some extra crit if we pick up STR, AGL, or Tech. So let's pick up this. Let's give the Vegeta a little bit more critical here. All right. 41.3 million attack stat. Goodbye. 12.2. Okay, not goodbye. 28.5 million attack stat on the follow-up. Can we get a crit, please? Thank you. 17.8, and he still didn't kill. Wow. Okay. 33.2 million attack stat on that one. 10 million damage. So the damage output so far has not been that impressive on a core crossover team. But that is in our base form, because now we can transform. Ooh, and we got the extra crit. Ooh, very nice. So when we do this, we're going to remove all negative effects on allies. So keep that in mind. This can be a very useful strategy in situations where someone is coerced, or coerced means like locked for rotation, or someone is stunned or sealed on any event. This is going to have a lot of technical usage for that sort of thing. So we're going to get 50% attack and defense. Let's do it. Let me see that animation.
I don't need any more power than what I have. Recompose yourself.
Recompose yourself. Does he say that in the game? I don't know why, but that just goes into the long list of Vegeta-isms.
Spoken like a true warrior.
What's the other one? Lummox. Let me. Someone comment down below. What is that crazy one sentence where he hits you with a Shakespearean phrase? I'm gonna go hit this lummox or something. Lummox. Y'all think I'm insane. That's definitely a character. I forgot who it is. There's a unit out there who talks like that. All right, so he looks awesome. There's his battle motion. Let me see it again. Okay, so he's juiced up. And we got all crossover. We got everything. Max damage reduction, everything. So let's do it. Let's do this. I think it's int LR Super Saiyan Trio where he drops that word lummox. All right, so let's do this. Currently, our critical hit ratio is 60% on this guy's passive, right? 30% here. He's got 90% damage reduction, and he's got 30%, 60%. But we also have another 30% courtesy of the Xeno Pan. So, dude, 90% crit.
A what?
Are we gonna one-shot this dude? Tell me we one-shot him. 63.9 million attack stat, 64 million attack stat, 35 million damage on a crit. We did not kill him. 44.8 million attack stat on the follow-up, 25 million damage on a crit, 51.7 million attack stat on the follow-up, 28 million damage on a crit, and finally 58.5 million attack stat on the fourth super, 32.4 million damage on a crit. Oh my goodness. That is what you get when you go with more crit. But the Xeno Pan sort of covers you there, and the Xeno Trunks can help give you that same sort of effect. So that is the counter argument to going for a full crit build, because that's what we just got. But that is limited to the first 6 turns when you transform. I want to do it again.
I want to do it again.
Let's go.
I don't need any more power than what I have. Recompose yourself.
Nice. All right, so here I am going to... Actually, here it's a little bit different because we are not receiving an attack, so we're losing 30% crit and we're losing an additional. So what we're going to just test out here is a 60% damage reduction. Oh, no, 90%. No, wait. Yeah, no, 60% damage reduction. Remember, this is before attacking. We're not getting this. So we're going to be testing out a 60% damage reduction. All right, so let's have Jiren go first. And then we'll put Toa in slot 2. Whoops. Yeah, right? Toa slot 2. How many links we got? Okay. Ooh, Fierce Battle and Xenoverse. Very nice. All right, here we go. First of all, are we going to survive this rotation? We should, right? Oh my God, the size difference. What? That looks so weird. I love this guitar. I love it. All right, nice. Wait, what? They have the Mario Kart sound effect? 10 million damage from Toa Mira. You guys hear that? That's the same sound that the Veku uses. All right, here we go. 62.6 million attack stat for the new Purified God Vegeta. 30 million damage on a crit. 44.9 million attack stat on the follow-up. You only have 2 links, by the way. 21.5 million damage on a crit. Third super is up. 51.7 million attack stat. 13 million no crit. All right. How much are we taking here? Double digits. Okay, here we are going to, I mean, we're going to kill him, but we're going to have 80% crit chance instead of 90 because this guy only gives us 20% crit. Okay, so let's put this dude back in slot 1. Then we got this fool in slot 2. And then we'll do this. And that is GG. Thank you. 41.8 million, 42.8 million attack stat, 80% crit chance. GG. Goodbye. 20.4 million on the first one. 30 million attack stat on the second super. 14.1 million damage on that with the crit. 34.6 million attack stat on the third super. 16.3 million damage with a crit. 39.2 million attack stat on the fourth super. 18.8 million damage with the crit. And now we tank. All right, I was sort of expecting us to be done. We weren't, so this guy will do it. And there we go. All right, so nice, impressive first showing there. The critical chaining was really nice. And the Xeno Trunks and the Xeno Pan definitely made me not feel as attached to the full crit build. But I still see the vision because maybe some of you guys don't have Xeno Pan. Maybe some of you guys don't have Xeno Trunks. Maybe you just want to live a little bit dangerously. I get it. I think still though, outside of this first like 6-turn window, if the fight were to go on longer, you're probably better off throwing in some dodge there when you lose all that, you know, initial buff stuff. But let's see, let's move on. We got to do it. We got to fight the poop guy. So let's do it. I want to see the animations again. Okay. We're first stress testing him in the slot 1. Then after that, I want to stress test what this unit can do. By the way, all of my extra Xenoverse characters that dropped with the banner, I just gave them all 97%. I'm saving their true demos for later, but I just want to see how they can tank this early. So let's do this. We don't have any dodge on the unit to interfere with this, thankfully. And then we're gonna do this. And then we're gonna pick up the tech key sphere so that Trunks can give everybody extra crit. Yes, for 3 turns. All right, here we go. $99,958 damage. And we got stunned. So that won't happen when you go purified god form. But initially, yes, you will be getting stunned. That's such a random... That's the second time we've had some weird, strange number like that. 99,000. That's pretty good for a 55% unit on a crossover team with only bums. That's pretty good. But that's the first turn. So let's see how that changes. Okay, nice. Toa Mira handles that. All right, cool. This is also kind of just demonstrating what the crossover team can do on this fight. All right, so we got some crit power here. Again, we're going to get hit, so it's fine. It doesn't matter. Actually, it doesn't even matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Right, so let's just do that. And then we'll do this. And then we'll do this. All right, can we get past this turn? 90% damage reduction after 1 turn of getting smacked around. Let's see what happens here. 416,000 damage. There you go. Big difference. We took 100,000 on the first turn. We took 400,000 on the second turn, which means when we get to that next turn, we did. So what I'm actually gonna do, next turn, since we gain nothing from next turn getting hit because we're gonna die, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna use a Ghost Usher, and then we'll come back to this previous turn that we were on, and we'll transform the Vegeta, and we'll see how much he takes there. All right, so let me use Ghost Ashar. Okay. So we want the Goku to pick up all of his stuff. I also want to heal. We can't. Okay, so let's do this. Will Goku be able to? Brother. Oh, there we go. Hello. All right, cool. We're good now. All right, so what are we accomplishing by doing this? What we're doing is we're gonna see what God Vegeta is capable of once he goes to his second form on turn 4 of Bio Broly. That's what we're testing. Another super, please? No? All right. All right, here we go. So now he is going to transform.
I don't need any more power than what I have. Recompose yourself.
So now we have the ability to negate, what is it? Nullify negative effects. So he will not be stunned. All we got to do is survive. He will not be stunned because we've got another crossover ally attacking in the same turn. And we don't have any STR keyspheres to pick up. That is fantastic. Let's do this. Are we dead? Probably. Actually, wait, you know what? We should give him more. Yeah, we should give him a little bit more here. All right, what do we do for this guy to survive? He gets extra dodge by picking up int or physical. He gets guard by picking up. Let's not give extra defense. Let's just keep it offense. So let me do this. And then let's do this. All right. Let's see how much damage we take this turn. Purified God Vegeta. 90% damage reduction. Slot 1. Did he not super? I feel like I'm being gaslit. Did he super? Did I miss it? What's happening? Did he do the thing where he just doesn't super in slot 1 for whatever dumb reason? Bro, I'm trying to do a showcase here. You ruined it. Now the whole thing is ruined. The whole thing is ruined because he's gonna die. Okay, Jiren's gonna. You ruined everything. Can you do? Stupid. All right, finally, after a million resets and horrible RNG, we're back. Okay, so we're gonna do this. And we are now running them together because that is also a thing that you can do. So we have a little bit extra juice here, but I have no other choice. I'm not going to sit here for another 5 years to do this. So let's do this. And then also I want to give everybody extra attack juice and extra crit. So we're going to do this. So what we're testing out here to see how much damage this dude takes in the slot 1. We'll probably lose, but if we don't, then we have the ability to nullify negative effects, meaning we get to hit back. And it's gonna hurt a lot. So watch this. If I swear. Thank you. No, we still die? No, 700,000, but that's so good. 700,000 damage after 4 turns is crazy. You're normally taking 8 million, 9 million damage. 700,000 is still pretty good, but dang it, we didn't have enough health. All right, so we're gonna do another sort of team build here. We are running Vegeta as our lead, but now we are running Vegeta's family and Realm of Gods. So we are eliminating the majority of the crossover units. I still have Universal Blue here so that we can have somewhat of a crossover presence, but I want to just see how we can run off the main crossover team. So we're doing the baby artificial lifeforms red zone fight, and perfect. Not a single attack happening in slot 1. Are you freaking kidding me? I want to punch Dokkan right now. I'm getting all the dumbest RNG. You know what? No, I can't. I deserve it. After the summons I had, I deserve this. I officially withdraw my anger. So as you saw there, the combo was lacking because we didn't get hit. Also, we waste the extra 7% team dodge that this guy gives us. So shout out. Thank you. Are we not going to kill on this first turn? You know, I'm actually kind of glad we're seeing this. This is what a run is going to look like on probably more people's games than not. Because more people are probably going to be running non-crossover teams. All right, first round is gone. All right, so here we go. Universal Blue plus God Vegeta, but on a mainly Realm of Gods Vegeta's family team. So remember, we still have enough crossover characters. When 3 or more crossover allies are on the team, or when there's an ally whose name includes Xeno is on the team, we get all this. Since we've got our 3 crossovers, 1, 2, 3, we're fine. Most of y'all probably don't have this guy. He released in 2024 with the last Hero Celebration. Hopefully we get him back in a week after this unit drops. I don't know. So let's do this. Oh. Yeah, whatever. All right, let's do that. We've got Physical Trunks here. Physical Trunks will be giving our unit 40% attack and defense, and then an additional key +2 attack and defense plus 30% for 3 turns. That's what I like about this guy being here. So let's do that. We lost an extra attack plus 100% right here. 29 million attack, 10 million no crit. 21 million attack, 7.6 million no crit. 24.3 million attack, 9 million no crit. Man, this dude just... Oh my god. Wait, what? Does he get guaranteed crit? I forgot. I guess he does. This dude's putting in work. Good thing we gave him all of his orbage. Yeah, I really should have given him that extra STR key sphere. Please kill him. No! One more? Oh, come on. All right, no STR key sphere over here, so let's do this. And then we'll do this. Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta in slot 3 will be giving us extra floating defense right here. Oh, starting for the 4th turn. We're not there yet. So let's do that. All right, super me. Come on, hit me. Since this team is not crossover friendly. The negating, nullifying negative effects thing is not going to be a big part of this. I think, what is it? One of our units will still get it because they're going to be next to Universal Blue. Right, you have to have one crossover unit on the same rotation in order to do it. Is that how it goes? Nullifies negative effects when there's another crossover. Yeah. So only one of our 2 Vegetas will have that immunity for 6 turns. All right, so we're fighting Super Baby 1. So let's do this. All right. This boy about to pop off. Attack plus 100%. Let's disable enemy guard. So let's do this. Let me do... This guy's already got all of his stuff. Oh, wait, no, he doesn't? I thought I gave him... Whoa. Oh. I didn't give him guard? Oh. All right, here we go. He's dead. $64 million attack. 44 million damage right there with a crit. 44.8 on the follow-up. We've seen this before. You know, if you don't have Universal Blue, Jiren would be a good replacement because he still fits Realm of Gods and he kind of still benefits from the various like extra support effects. I'm like holding off judgment because I know when we get these last 2 phases, it's gonna be way worse. Don't kill, maybe, so I can have one. Nice. Okay. Dodge, please. Thank you for the dodge. Okay. Over here, it has now been 3 turns, so we have lost 30% damage reduction, and we also don't have this 30% damage reduction. So we are rocking only this 30% damage reduction. That's not so good. So we're gonna transform this guy as well. Or if you wanted to save it, you could have just put UI slot 1, or you could have swapped him to Royal Blue, right? But since we're showcasing this blue, we're gonna have him go first. And we're gonna preserve that Royal Blue effect for later. And then we're gonna do all this. All right. We're on the clock. Both God Vegetas have been purified. We've got 6 turns. 19 million, no crit. Oh, I thought he keeps the guard. Oh, it's for the turn. Okay, I'm okay. That's a 2-0. I'm sure you already commented and roasted me. This is the perma boost, not this. The guard is every turn. Oops.
Okay.
All right, so here, nothing is hitting us slot 1, so this guy just lost a little bit of his fire, which sucks, but it's okay. So we're gonna do this, and then we're gonna do this. We're gonna get some extra defense. How are we gonna do this turn? 41 million attack. To be honest, I could have probably put him in slot 2 here. Maybe this fight's a little too easy, but Blue Goku's been holding his own pretty well. You're gonna super. Okay. Well, this is interesting to find out. Can Universal Blue handle this? Oh my god, no.
Okay, all right, well.
All right, so let's try 11th anniversary special battle with UI and Royal Blue. These guys tend to super a lot in slot 1, so this will be a nice test. Also, we are not running the crossover team, so we're going to be relying more so on Realm of Gods here. This is probably going to be a much more practical way to see the character in action. Am I dead, actually? Will this guy be fine? Yeah, he should be fine. All right, so we're going to have this guy go first. We're going to go after UI. So let's do this. And then this fool. Let's do this. And then Super Saiyan 3. Yeah, we're good. We don't have crossover. Yep. No crossover. You know, I want to see something. I want to see that. Dude, I thought my phone cracked. Toa, that whatever that is, that scared the crap out of me. I thought my phone cracked. Whew. All right. Let me see that again. Let me see that again. With a full crossover team this time. We took 1 million last time.
We took 70,000 this time.
Oh, man. Oh, man. Look at that. Look at that. Wow. I just want to see the end of this combo here, and then I'm gonna go to a non-crossover team. See, he functions much better here, but the trade-off is that these guys are not nearly as meta as the Realm of Gods or other units. I was resetting to run back the non-crossover team, but then I just realized like he's not as good defensively. And if you give him dodge, even in a situation where he's packing 30% less damage reduction, the dodge isn't going to save it's not going to save you from all the problems, right? So we're gonna run this out with one more attempt on this event with a crossover team. Jiren, I think, can tank very well, and I want to see. I want to win this. We're not doing anything more than just trying to win. So let's do that. Oh, we might lose here. There's no attack happening in slot 3. I just realized.
Uh-oh.
All right, so we tank this, no problem. 73,000 damage or something weird. Yeah, dude, 72,000 damage. That's so odd to see that. This guy will do about 100,000. Do we have enough muscle on this team to win? All right, so 27.5 million attack. 22.8. 19 million attack. 12 million no crit. 20.5 million attack. I've been watching a lot of Invincible lately, so seeing this backdrop of the planet Earth underneath, it's very different right now. I really hope this doesn't end in Universal Blue getting vaporized by Vegeta. Surely we tank this turn, right? Surely. I mean, surely. Dodge? No. Wow, okay. All right. That's pretty good. Bro, what is it with this second turn business? What? I gotta see Jiren's tanking. I have to see it. I gotta see for myself what's going on here. This guy would be the better slot 2. Although maybe not. With his dodge, he might actually get hit, so no. All right, so let's do this. And then what's the best way to give everybody defense? This guy gives us defense with... Oh, in the slot 2, he gives us defense. Okay, so we'll just go for attack and crit. So just do that. Okay. I think we might die here, actually. Oh, Vegeta's gonna kill. Yeah, there's just not enough health. What? Health. Let's go. This crossover team is not top tier, but man, this has been a little thrill ride running this team. All that damage on the UI was done just with 55% God Vegeta. That's it. Nobody else has really done anything. All right, so Jiren's dead, right? Because he's not. No way he's tanking all this. That's 3 supers he's launched. Oh! Oh! No shot he tanks Vegeta. No shot. There's no freaking way. There's no way. That's really good, though! That's really good! So... I really wanted to have more game time in here with a non-crossover team, but I'm just realizing without that extra 30% damage reduction, he's kind of just like everybody else. You know, those characters that you would want to give extra dodge because they have 60% damage reduction. That's not enough. He doesn't have any guard. In order for him to be the tank that he truly is, he's got to be on a crossover team. And if he's on a crossover team, you ain't running fools like this. You're running a team like this. Whoa, what the hell? You're running a team like this. And this sort of a team is not a top tier team. So first of all, he's not a must-have. Second of all, when in the context of a crossover team, he needs to be your slot 1. So again, honestly, I can't make up my mind. Do you go for max dodge to give him more longevity outside of the 6 turns? Or do you focus on what he can do in his element on his best team within those like first 6 to 8 turns, which is all offense? So I think either build works depending on your playstyle. If you want to go max dodge to give him more flexibility outside of crossover, in different slots. You know, in my best teams video, I do talk about the fact that he doesn't necessarily have to be run like that. If you want him to be on a Realm of Gods team outside of crossover, move him into a slot 3. Make him a character who launches multiple supers and has 60% damage reduction while being in slot 3. If you do something like that, then you can redefine his role on that team while giving him the typical dodge treatment that you would want to give a character on some of the end game level events. So max dodge, the rest additional, is one good build. The other build is just forget about additional or forget about dodge, have fun with your crossover team and just go nuts and just go additionals and crit. I'm gonna ultimately say go for dodge, but if you want to do either way, that's fine. Max dodge, the rest additional, or max crit, the rest additional, max additional, the rest crit. You're not going to summon for the character anyway, so who cares? Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like down below. Let in the comments your thoughts on the LR God Vegeta. He's been a lot of fun to use, but what do you think is the best build to go for with this guy? Long term, or short term? Are you going to go max dodge? Are you going to go max offense? Let me know your ideas, your thoughts in the comments down below. Also, be sure to subscribe for more dope content in the future and click the notification bell so that you let YouTube know you want to see more of myself do it. I'm going to be doing another video, a follow-up with his Max Links version. I'm also going to do a video checking out in more detail those extra Xenoverse characters. And man, Dokkan, please give us some freaking easy A's. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned and always remember to Dokkan responsibly.